How to write a compelling research proposal for UK universities. Typically 1,500 to 2,500 words unless otherwise specified. A good research proposal mast has a clear, concise, and descriptive title of your proposed research, your name and contact information, the degree program you are applying for, e.g., MRs in education or PhD in sociology, the name of the intended supervisor, if known/applicable. Example: exploring the impact of digital platforms on youth political participation in sub-Saharan Africa. Introduction: briefly introduce your topic. Explain why it is important academically, socially, and/or practically. State your main research questions clearly. Optional: include a hypothesis if your research is testing something. This section must grab attention and show your enthusiasm and knowledge of the field. Background/literature review. Summarize key literature and theories in your field. Show that you know the major debates, gaps, and what others have done. Identify where your research fits in and how it will contribute something new. Do not just list studies. Critically engage with them and highlight the gap your research addresses. Research aims and objectives. Write 2 to 4 clear, specific, and achievable objectives. Objectives should reflect what you intend to discover, prove, explain, or explore. Example objectives: to assess how digital platforms influence youth political attitudes in Nigeria, to identify barriers to effective online political engagement, to contribute recommendations for leveraging digital media for civic education. Research questions: state 1 to 3 central research questions, sometimes combined with the objectives. Make sure they are focused and researchable. Example: how do digital platforms shape the political attitudes and participation of young adults in Nigeria? Methodology: this is critical. UK assessors look closely at how feasible and rigorous your methods are. Specify the research design: qualitative, quantitative mixed methods. Describe data collection methods: interviews, surveys, archives, experiments. Explain data analysis techniques: thematic analysis, statistical tests, discourse analysis. Justify why these methods are appropriate for your research. Mention ethical considerations, e.g., confidentiality, informed consent. Also note if you need specific resources or access to sites/data. Significance and contribution. Explain what new knowledge your research will produce. How does it contribute to the field? Fill a gap? Challenge assumptions? Offer solutions? Why does this matter to society, policy, or academia? Example: this study will provide insights into how to better engage young voters, helping strengthen democratic participation in emerging democracies. Outline a realistic timeline for your research, e.g., a Gantt chart or simple table. Break the research into phases, e.g., literature review, data collection, analysis, writing. Show you can manage your time and complete the research on schedule. References/bibliography. List all the works cited in your proposal in a proper academic style, e.g., HAR. Absolutely. Here is a redrafted sample research proposal, this time tailored to a master research MR's application. An MR's research proposal is usually shorter, more focused, and more modest in scope than a PhD proposal, because an MR's is often a one-year program and prepares students for research careers or doctoral studies. Sample research proposal, MR's. Title: exploring the role of technology-enhanced learning in improving student engagement in rural Nigerian secondary schools. Applicant: Jane Doe. Email: jane.doe@email.com. Proposed degree: Master of Research MRs in Education. Proposed supervisor: Dr. John Smith, if known. Introduction: improving access to quality education in rural communities remains a pressing global challenge. Technology-enhanced learning, TEL, has shown promise in improving engagement and outcomes in education, yet little is known about its impact in under-resourced rural settings in Nigeria. This study aims to explore how TEL initiatives affect student engagement in rural Nigerian secondary schools, focusing on students' attitudes, participation, and motivation to learn. Background/literature review. TEL has been widely adopted in education worldwide, improving access and engagement. Salomon, 2020. In Africa, however, most research focuses on urban or well-funded schools, Oy et al., 2021. Studies, Adebayo and Musa, 2019, suggest that rural schools face unique challenges, such as lack of infrastructure, inadequate training, and resistance to change. This research seeks to build on this literature by exploring how TEL affects student engagement specifically in the rural Nigerian context, addressing a gap in understanding of its benefits and barriers in these environments. Research aim and objectives. Aim: to investigate how technology-enhanced learning affects student engagement in rural Nigerian secondary schools. Objectives: to assess students' perceptions of TEL in rural secondary schools. To measure levels of engagement among students exposed to TEL. To identify key challenges and facilitators of TEL adoption in rural contexts. Research question: how does technology-enhanced learning influence student engagement in rural Nigerian secondary schools? Methodology: this research will use a qualitative approach with some supporting quantitative data. Data collection: surveys distributed to students to measure attitudes and engagement levels. Focus group discussions with students to explore experiences and perceptions. Interviews with teachers to understand challenges and practices. Data analysis: survey data will be analyzed descriptively. Qualitative data will undergo thematic analysis to identify common patterns and insights. Ethical considerations: informed consent will be obtained from all participants and guardians. Data will be anonymized and securely stored. Approval will be sought from both the university and local educational authorities. Significance: this research will provide insights into the effectiveness and challenges of TEL in rural Nigerian schools, contributing to the design of more effective and inclusive educational policies. It will also equip the researcher with skills and knowledge necessary for future doctoral research or policy work in educational development. Timeline: phase timeline. Literature review months 1 to 2. Data collection preparation month 3. Data collection months 4 to 5. Data analysis months 6 to 7. Writing and submission month 8. References selected: Adebayo S. and Musa T. 2019. Barriers to Digital Learning in Nigerian Rural Schools. Journal of Education Development, 45 to 123 to 139. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.